Cheers and a very good evening. It's the Professor here. Welcome to Sunday night shadows with me. I have an echo. A very warm welcome to you. Even welcome to the echoes. Thank you so much for joining me, whether you're watching me live and joining the chats, or you're watching the replay and just enjoying what we got up to here in the shadows on a Sunday night, 7 p.m. British Standard Time. Anyway, let's crack on with the usual, my favorite thing to do. And John's on straight away. Good evening, John. Very warm welcome to you. I'm just going to quickly head over to the comments. I think. Yes, we are there. We are there. Good evening. And Shelley is on. Good evening, Shelley. I'm just going to go over the comments as usual, which I really do enjoy because I like to see what people are saying. Sometimes I deliberately don't look at them. So apologies if I answer them a little bit late. It's because I do try and save them so I can have a look. Right, who do we have? Remember, when I'm looking at your comments, it doesn't actually give it. It gives me your account name, not the name you put in. So sometimes if I'm not sure who you are, it's only because it doesn't recognize the name here. So we have Carl. Subscribe. Love this. Thank you, my friend. So much. And then we have Keith Wilding. Keith, a regular of ours. Outstanding. Never heard a bad story. I try my best, my friend. I try my best. Very well. Thank you. And thank you, my friend, for taking the time out to let me know and comment. I appreciate it. And Michael Foreign. Thank you, man. I agree. The mind. Oh, this was for my I was doing some videos where I didn't put any imagery because I've got lots of tales I want to do. But sometimes people say they enjoy the imagery a lot. But for me, as I'm always saying, I think the imagination is the biggest way to create imagery in your head. So I did a couple of tales as a test with no imagery. We're going to see how that goes. And if that goes well, I'll continue to do it. If it doesn't work very well, I just won't do it. But we'll see. I've got a couple out of them in. So thank you for letting me know that you're enjoying those. Absolutely riveting. Got me hooked. Excellent. Yes. Yes, we're going to talk about this in a minute. Jason Collins, thank you, my friend. Now, I know it's probably got different than AV Melodor. Thank you, my friend. Intense, thank you. Remember, it doesn't show your name. It just shows your @ So, apologies. It says Keys Part 2. Part 2 is not made yet, but I will be working on it. Wonderfully wicked, Faye O'Brien. Thank you, Faye. Appreciate that. Love a regular. Thank you, my friend. So I'm ready for the next installment. Nice. Everything video is truly quite an experience. Simply outstanding. Real Cowboy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Prince Bloodgrave. Great story as always. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I try my best. Hopefully I don't disappoint. David Smith, awesome story. Light Slay. A lot of people on the Light Slay. Yes, because it was quite riveting. I don't know if you've watched it yet, but it was quite a riveting tale. It had many characters in there and hopefully a few surprises if you haven't watched it. It's good. Joy, joy, joy. Thank you, my friend. Brilliant story. The Chosen. Thank you, my friend. The Night Slayer. I think it's Night Slayer. And then appears for like Queens for 50 years without locking anything. Oh, we got more. Calls here. Great video. Thank you. Oh, thank you for spending the time to write on that, my friend. Appreciate that. Max. The plot thickens. I'm eager to meet Sithras again. Yes. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Where if, not when, if Winter is actually freed and has to face Sithras, how is that going to go? My goodness. Winter's coming back. Oh, we shall see. We shall see. A creature called a Nakin, which lives in the water and plays eerily beautiful music to lure its victims to the water's edge and then into the water where it drags them under, drowns, and then eats them. Nice. Alison Shaw. I saw a vampire. I love your stories, Professor. They're audible book quality, subject, and narration. Thank you, my friend. Laura Rayner. Laura Rayner Williams, thank you. Reinhard von Holst. Reminds me of the story, Devil's Violinist. Brilliant story. Thank you, my friend. Where is the movie? So very, very demanding. They were very demanding on here. Was that the trailer? Yeah. Hopefully you've watched it by now. Peter Saul's. It's out. Excellent series. Thank you for your talent. Thank you, my friend. Faye Bryant again. Thank you. David Smith. Awesome. Oh, I like that one. It was good. Happy New Year. Thank you, my friend. Daniel. Excellent. Spider. Thank you. Oh, again, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. 2 weeks. No worries. I have no idea what that means. To Sir Shadow. Probably went to the wrong one. Let me know how you got on with that. 2 months. Okay, we'll go in. We got. All right, let's switch back. Here I am. Welcome. Oh, good. Who do we have today? Make sure if you are watching to just say hi, so I can say hello to Shelley. How is Shelley? Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's cold in Maitland. 20 degrees Fahrenheit here in Dallas. So cold. What's 20 degrees Fahrenheit? 20 degrees F into C. 6. Oh, you're probably around about the same as us. You're probably around about the same as us at the minute. What are we? Oh, we're 3 degrees Celsius at the minute. So we're a little bit colder. But we've been around about 6, 7, 8, which is manageable. Enjoy old England, yeah. At the minute, 3 degrees, which is not great. It's been cold. Today's been cold. But like I said, we've been sitting around about 6, and it looks like we're going to be going up next week a little bit warmer, which is great. Looking forward to that. Stay warm. Overload. All right, where is on overload? Yeah. Well, we're the same here. Let's say 3 degrees Celsius right now. So what's that? Oh, yeah. Oh, no, you're minus 6? Minus 6. Oh, so you're really cold. Sorry. I didn't see the minus. What is 3 degrees C into F? Oh, it makes no sense. I don't know. It's cold. It's very cold here. Yes, minus 6. Okay, I'll go here. Yeah, so we're 3, which is 37 apparently. Well, it's cold. It's cold enough. We don't want it any more cold. But for us, I think the weather is changing next week, so it's supposed to get a little bit warmer, which is good news. So what do we have? Let's share this other screen right now. So here's what I've been up to this week. Of course, last week it was this. I got this out on the Sunday. This was great. Hopefully you got to watch this. But this week, so I did the trailer for the Night Slayer, which hopefully was a nice surprise for everybody. And while I was working on that, I had a little idea, story in mind. Whose hands guide the violin? So this is one of those ones I thought about, just a plain screen, so you can listen to the tale and let the tale take over your imagination rather than me supply the imagery for you. So I'm going to do a few like this and see how they go. If they don't work, I'll just want to. But I thought it was a good idea. Anyway, I put this one out. This was a good one to listen to. Then we had the big one this week, which was the Night Slayer Part 4. Hopefully you've watched it. I'm not going to tell you because in case you haven't watched it yet, because there's some big surprises in there. Big surprises from the Night Slayer. Big surprises. I'll probably already give a bit away because I'm so excited. But there's some nice surprises in this one. Go give that a watch if you haven't watched that already. Amazing. Then I really wanted to, this is a story I've been thinking about for a while. So how do I create this? How do I create? I often tell you, how do I create? I get like imagery. So I'll see an image or I have an image in my head and the whole story will wrap around itself. So I had this image of like a ghostly soldier in a corner of an old chair, and out of your eye you could see him. I thought, why would he be there? How could he come back? So I created a story around that. And it's something I've been thinking about, had in my mind for a while. So hopefully you get a chance to listen to that one. It was good. It's nice to put the sound effects in there as well. And Daisy, good evening, Daisy. Welcome to the chat today. It's a bit cold in my room too. It's cold. I was very cold today. I had to go somewhere to work today, and I was freezing, absolutely freezing. And I came back, and I haven't been out of work. It's only literally, I feel I've just warmed up from the day. I've got a big radiator here, this radiator, and I've had that on while I've been working today, and I still couldn't get warm. I feel I've got a little bit warm now. I'm frozen vampire. This was the beginning for Elder, wasn't it? It was a frozen vampire. Hopefully we don't go down the same route as him. I do like that one as well. What a great thought coming back. If you remember, if you've watched it, maybe you haven't watched it, but my cream of the crop stories, I believe it was Crimson Dawn. The characters that were created in that are still what I use mainly on the channel. And we did episode 2. We finished 10 series of Crimson Dawn Part 1. And then I started Crimson Dawn Part 2, and I needed a new character. So I got Elder. I created Elder. How could he come back? It was frozen in ice. So that was a really good idea I had. So yeah, I really liked it. So I thought it was great. And then we introduced Serana in that series as well. And look how much those two characters have influenced many stories. Yes, I thought that was a good twist. That I remember years ago, there was this game. Okay, there was this game I used to play on the PC called Not Dungeon Master. I can't remember the name of it now. Dungeon something. And you could make the dungeon, and when the vampire was like the top, and it controlled all the other creatures. And when I was doing this, I thought, well, if the vampire's undead and they're at the top, surely they have the power somehow to influence other undead creatures which are less intelligent than them. And that's where I came up with the idea. So I thought that was really good. What's the name of that game? Not Dungeon Master. I don't think it was Dungeon Master. Dungeon Keeper. Dungeon Keeper? I think it was Dungeon Keeper. Yes, Dungeon Keeper. The first one, and you got through in one of the main monsters you could make was a vampire, and it was like the top one. So yeah. Anyway, that's how that came about. But yeah, I thought it was a great twist in the tale. Imagine never watching. You haven't watched those yet. Imagine you've never watched the Crimson Dawn series, and then you suddenly start to watch it. My goodness, what an experience that would be. So good. So good. All these amazing characters, and trying to create differences in the lore of vampires and werewolves and undead, trying to change things around. And then you listen to that for the first time. What an experience. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's a great story. It's a great story. I can't wait I'm going to redo it when AI makes its own movies. I'm going to redo it. So it's not available yet. I know it's getting better, but it's not available yet. But there's going to be a time when you can pump the script somehow into it, and it'll give you the characters, and they'll talk and they'll move like a movie. And when that time comes, I think I'll redo it. Yeah, it's great. I say it's great, and I'm not like bragging or being big-headed about it. When I say it's great, I mean I truly enjoyed creating it. You see, I live the story. You live the story when you watch and listen to it. I live the story when I create it, so I get it firsthand. I truly enjoy creating the story, especially for Crimson Dawn. That was so great. But some of my favorite parts from that were the introduction of Elder, for sure. Of course, Winter, and Serana, of course, as well. They were, I think, they were my favorite characters in there, definitely. And I liked how I made Serana in the beginning. It was so good. I had an idea that she because when we come out of Crimson Dawn and go into her backstory, you can see why she acted the way she acted. I thought that was so good, how it all connects. It was such an amazing, how she was like shifty, didn't trust anyone, tried to hide everywhere. But of course you would if you had that backstory. So that was really good. I enjoyed that. Truly enjoyed it. So thank you for allowing me to share it with you, because it was absolutely amazing. Good. So we have also, not on the 21st, the 21st of this month, we get the new Nosferatu come out for streaming. We'll pay for it, but I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it on the 21st. I definitely want to watch that movie. I do like Nosferatu. So I'll be able to give you my opinion of it next week, because I'm going to watch it this week for sure. The new Nosferatu, I believe, is available for streaming from the 21st of January. If that's your thing, I'm definitely going to watch that. So this is going to be amazing. And plans for this week. Plans for this. What have I got planned? I'm not going to work on the final, if you know what, the Portal series, part 3, because that's the tie-in with the Night Slayer. I'm not working on that this week. I have another story to do for my No Imagery series. And I have another story which I want to create, an independent story as well, which I'm going to do with something else. So I have a couple of things I'm going to do this week. I have a new AI program to try out. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this week. It's going to be interesting for sure. I'm liking the, what do I even call it? What do I call it? I call it the Shadows in the Mind series. I'm going to make a playlist, and all the ones with no imagery, just like fog in the background, are all going to go into this playlist. So if you ever want stories that have that you can just sit and listen to without having to watch, I think that's good. I think it's good. I may be wrong, and no one watches it. If they don't watch it, I won't do it. I think it's a good idea. I have some stories I want to put in there, because the imagery for some things just doesn't work. So hopefully that gets accepted and people enjoy that. You'd hope so. Sorry, I'm looking at the other screen here. Good. So film-wise, I haven't really watched that much this week, to be honest with you. I haven't watched much at all. I don't think I've watched any movies this week. I've been watching like documentaries. I've been watching documentaries like I was saying last time about, you know, the 50s movies you forgot, the horror movies from the 40s. I'm watching those documentaries on YouTube. Shelley says, "I'm still here. And John is still here too. Thank you for staying for the duration." My friends saying Daisy's still here. We have to count those, because sometimes you have a few. Thomas Waters is here. Truly appreciate all that you do. Your stories are amazing. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. So what's I saying? Yeah, movie-wise, I haven't actually watched. I couldn't find anything that I really wanted to watch, and I'm currently sorting all of my collection of films out. So I'm arranging them. So I'm actually going to be upstairs in another room, and so I'm currently arranging them. So I haven't been able to put anything on and streaming. I'm struggling to find anything to watch. And I've been busy. I did 3 stories this week. That's a fair amount of work. I was saying to my partner, how can I get you to help me with editing? so she can take some of the load. I'm gonna have to teach her how to edit the imagery together. That's going to take a lot of my mind. Hopefully that'll work. We'll see. Try and get Tubby to do it. She's busy doing her own thing now. So yes, like I said, I haven't actually watched that much this week. What did I watch last night? Yeah, I actually watched that. It was actually William Shatner talking about various monsters. I was talking about the Mothman. The Mothman, that's what I was talking about. I watched the thing of William Shatner talking about the Mothman and what happened. It's fairly interesting. I don't know if anyone knows anything about the Mothman, but that was an interesting tale. I've seen it before a few times and things, but that was quite interesting. And talk about another creature. And there's the rake or something. The rake. Put it in. The rake. I think it was the rake. Yeah, the rake. Just like this white creature thing. I was talking about that and then the Mothman. Interesting. Really interesting. I like to watch these. Sometimes you get some great ideas for stories watching these things. The rake, quite scary. Yes, maybe we should do one. We should do one on the rake. The rake. Like here, look. This thing. Who is the rake? Who is the rake? We don't know. 15 sightings of the rake. Look at that. Where is it? 12. What we got? What is that? All right. We can tell a lot of these are AI. The thing is, it baffles me a lot, is when you take a picture of someone, this we can be excused. When you take a picture of someone, it's like super clear. Any like creature is always fuzzy or in the dark. So it's just a blur on the screen. Maybe they need to come to life in the story. The rake. I'm going to investigate that a little bit and see if we can maybe do something about that. If we can. Seems like an interesting subject. Anyone seen a rake? Anyone know what a rake is? Not a garden rake that you go and clear your garden with, but a creature. Story, the ghostly story of the rake. You go outside and it's just a rake in the garden, moving around in the wind. Oh dear. The vampire rake, yes. It's just like the rake with the handle. You put it on, put a cape on it. The vampire rake. Crazy. Or it's like them old comedy films where they walk and they tread on the rake and poof, hits them head. I would love to see you do a story on zombie Civil War soldiers that attack a National Guard platoon on a weekend training mission. Zombie Civil War soldiers. There would have to be something mystical, wouldn't they? Because obviously in real life, a platoon with today's modern weaponry would obliterate them. So it'd have to be something like some supernatural, like a ghostly zombie or something. I had this issue when I started Crimson Dawn. It was like with the werewolves, because in reality, in today's weaponry, it pretty much destroys anything that's in its way, doesn't it? So I had to come up with the idea that it was more of a mystical, supernatural thing. I think if we were to do that, we would have to definitely think, why would Civil War soldiers with Civil War weaponry be able to overcome modern day soldiers with advanced weaponry? The weaponry today is insane, isn't it? How would the firepower of today's weaponry not affect the undead? Supernatural, like a ghostly. You've seen Lord of the Rings, when the undead army comes off the ship and nothing hurts them, they just go through. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Or you have the modern day soldier, and they become somehow the dead are controlling them in some way, and they possess and become them. Now that would be interesting. That'd be interesting. It's like I like what I did to skeletons. I did the skeletons coming back, but really, there's no. Of course, we know it's like they are summoned and controlled with some type of dark magic. But in reality, when you look at it, they've got no muscles or anything like that, so they wouldn't be able to move their legs, or there's no way to animate them, is there? The zombie rake. The zombie rake. What an amazing story. It's like you have the earth. There it is. There's like a bed of wet soil, and instead of a hand coming up, the stick of the rake comes through. It starts peeling up. The dirt fades off the rake. My goodness. When there's no more room in the garden shed, the rake will walk the earth. Oh my goodness. Where were we? I feel it's going to be one of them nights. It's going to be one of those days. Civil War soldiers, yes. So somehow it would have to be. How about a story where you inject yourself into the plot of the show, fight zombies and whales, and get strength from his vitamin? Yeah, yeah, that'd be fun. Hello, did you see the new channel trailer I put out today? I did a little something on there. Let's get it up for you because I did something on there which I thought was so fun. Why am I not coming up here? I haven't seen it. Professor Shadow videos. Oh, because it's coming up with the live, something like the shadows. Let's grab it. Join us. Yeah, I did this really cool thing here. I won't put the sound on. Let me share with you. Because I really like this first little bit here. So I'm going to play it for. I'm not going to put the sound on for you because it's going to echo. But I like this little bit coming up. You said put myself in the story. So here, this bit coming up here, because I do change into somebody. Yes, that was my favorite bit. I change into winter. That was nice. Have you seen the new Wolfman movie yet? No, I haven't. I haven't seen the new Wolfman. New Wolfman movie. Oh no, I know what one you mean as well. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. Oh, I want to watch it. I want to see it. I haven't watched it yet. When I was younger, many years ago, the Wolfman was my favorite character. My favorite character from all the vampire, like Dracula or whoever. The Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr. was my favorite character from all horror, without a doubt. Even though he's the one who is not really controlling himself and is cursed and hates being the Wolfman, whereas, for example, Dracula, he's Dracula. I suppose Frankenstein's monster as well. A lot of the monsters want to be monsters, whereas he doesn't want to be a monster. or Frankenstein. But yes, I do want to see that. It'd be great. And so I did love the Wolfman, and there's another one which actually is talking about, oh, what can I watch? I might look up to watch these today. There's two movies that are great, like Dracula movies that are really great, which I haven't watched for a long time, which I really want to see again. And that is The Son of Dracula, because I'm thinking now of Lon Chaney Jr., who plays Count Alucard in that movie, which is Dracula. Lon Chaney Jr. in Son of Dracula. And then we have Dracula's Daughter, which is another great movie. So I'm going to probably watch one of those tonight, I think. I have them both on DVD, but my DVDs are all messed up at the minute. So I'll see if I can stream one of those. I really want to watch one. I want to watch one of those now. Have the itch to watch that. Yes, the trailer where I change into winter is the new AI program I was using. So I wanted to play with it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty good. So enjoyed that. As there's the potential for Winter coming back soon. We don't know if he's coming back. Maybe he's stuck forever. Maybe he doesn't want to come back. Maybe they can't save him. We don't know. Because we actually have Elder, Serana, the Alpha, Eldridge, the two younger vampires, Nat and Flea. And now we have Professor Archer and Damien Knight, all as a team to try to free Winter from Dr. Thorne. Will it be enough? Will they be able to save him? Dr. Thorne is like the creator of Elder and Serana. The son of the vampire god. Will they be able to do it? We don't know yet. It's not written yet. It's coming. We have the plot, but do we know if it's going to happen? I'm not working on it this week, so because I'm not ready, but I will work on it soon. I'm excited. Hopefully you are too. I'm super excited. But when I have such a bit, it's like if you'd have known when we go back. What's your opinion? I really want to see it. It comes out for us. Nosferatu comes out here on streaming on the 21st. So I'm going to watch it on the 21st. I'm a big fan of the original. Big fan. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm hoping it's going to be enjoyable. Like I said, problem is I watched, because I'm very much a fan of the older movie. I prefer the skill of creating a film, movie, story where the director, narrator, author, producer uses their skill to position the story in your mind. So you have to use your mind to try and think, what is that? And then you can twist that to make them not, try and twist it up. They think they're going one way, but really they're not. And then a horror, you can imagine, is much worse than you can put on the screen. So I truly like that idea. I try and do it in many of mine, especially most independent stories, where you'll find all of them have that little twist at the end, where you think everything's going to be all right. You think it's going to be all right, and it's a horror channel. It's not going to be all right. Sorry. Or if you really like the idea that, I really like a good ending, a happy ending, make sure whenever you listen to one of my stories, when you see the happy ending, press stop, because you know something's going to happen. the idea of luring into a false sense of safety and then hitting with the KO punch at the end. Like the Mr. Always a twist at the end. Mr. Knight. Always a twist indeed. I have to put that in, so I know who that is. Ah, I know where you're coming from. Excuse me. Good evening, Professor. Hope you're well. I am well, Tubby. Yes, what's the point of having a horror tale if there's no twist at the end? It's got to be a twist. A bit of twist at the end. Otherwise, you've wasted your time. Happy endings. Save them for the other channels. Horror channels, there should not be a happy end. There should be something going on. But then look what happened. Or you could just go downstairs to see if he's well. Yes, you could. She's upstairs. She's normally on a call with her friends, chatting about something on Sunday night. I say we'll get her on when she's brave enough one day. Yes. To chat. Well, so what did we come up with today? Did we come up with any ideas I can take away? What about the civil war is a possibility. The rake we were talking about. Interesting. Rake. And if you haven't watched Son of Dracula and Dracula's Daughter, these are must-see movies if you haven't watched them. Yes, they're older, they're in black and white, which I believe gives them the atmosphere which is needed. I'm definitely watching one. I don't know which one I'm going to watch tonight. Probably Dracula's Daughter, I think. As much as I love Lon Chaney Jr., I feel I'm in the mood for a bit of watching Dracula's Daughter, which is actually quite an interesting story. I don't know if you've actually seen Dracula's Daughter, but she's actually a vampire that doesn't want to be a vampire, but she's really cunning in the way she doesn't want to do it. So it's a really good tale, a really good story. Oh, and then we had John's idea. Put myself in the plot. Put myself in the story. I'm going to be. I don't think I'd want to be in one of my stories. That one never makes it out. Sounds like me, says Shelley. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, it's such a great one. I don't even know if it's on YouTube. It might be. Let's have a look, see if it's available. I might have to grab the DVD. Dracula's Daughter. 1936. My goodness. 1936. That's crazy. I don't actually think the entire film is on there. unfortunately. It does actually have some of the characters from the original Dracula in there as well. That's a shame. Okay, I'll have to dig the DVD out. Unless we have Son of Dracula. Son of Dracula. Maybe that's on there. No. Strange, isn't it? They don't put the older movies on YouTube. I should think they'd be close to coming to the public domain. Dracula. Son of Dracula. I'm gonna watch that tonight. I always remember the house where they live, Golden Oaks. Golden Oaks. Golden Acres. I'll give him the power of the dragon. Nice. If you're one of your stories, you would need superpowers to fight the monsters. Yes. That was an interesting thing I did with the character of Winter as well. I didn't give him like power. We evolved his intellect. I thought that's good. There's a great movie which has sort of got some of the ideas from, with Scarlett Johansson, where she evolves the brain. Lucy, and she evolves. How much of the brain they use, but it's just there's a big thing about a big write-up about it, how people say you don't use a percentage of your brain, and then they're arguing that okay, it's because you can't. That's not what they meant by that. I'm waffling because I can't remember the article, but anyway, it's not what we thought. But that's where I sort of got the idea that hey, what a great superpower would be is not like have powers like a vampire or a werewolf or a ghost or something like that, or anything. But what if he just evolved evolution in the brain that he could build devices and understand how brain waves work? So, for example, when I introduced him, we thought, well, how would he destroy undead like zombies? Then we thought, well, if there's like your brain thinks an electrical wave activity, if he was a scientist in that area and then he evolved his brain and then he understood how to manipulate that, he could just turn them off. I thought that's how that came about. Just in case anyone was wondering how I thought about Winter's power in the beginning. I know we've elevated that quite some for now, but power of the rake, indeed. Power of the rake. What if the rake had Winter's power? Somehow Winter's consciousness is transformed into the rake. We have an entire new series of Crimson Dawn. Crimson Dawn, Rise of the Rake. I think it's coming. This could be coming. Yes, the rake. It's like a magic staff. It's like a wizard staff. There you go. Yes. Wizard's rake staff. Nice. So I'm sorry to say that Dracula's Daughter and Son of Dracula are not available on YouTube, which means you don't have to dig them out. We'll probably watch them on Prime. You can get pretty much, I think there's a lot of stuff on Prime now. You can get more stuff on Prime than anywhere, I think. Prime. want to mention movie and then not tell you where you can get it. Prime Video. Dracula's Daughter. Oh, you have to rent it. Is that it? 2020, that's not right. What did I say it was? 1930. 1931. I'll say 6 then. Dracula's Daughter. 1930. You can get it on Blu-ray. Oh, tempting. Share this with you. So it looks like this. Look at that. Dracula's Daughter, 1936. Get it on Blu-ray. It's tempting. But you can't rent it. The title is unavailable due to expired rights. So you can't even get it on Prime. Okay, we'll be having to dig the DVD out and watch Dracula's Daughter later today. So the other one I really like, was the old House of Dracula, or House of Frankenstein. I think House of Dracula was a bit better. But let me guess, it's not available on YouTube. They're doing me in at the minute. They're doing me in. Oh, do we have it? House of the Wolfman. House of the Wolfman is available. I don't even know what that is. 2009? Okay, I think I'll give that a miss. Sorry guys, just to check in what's available. So I don't know where you're going to get to watch Son of Dracula or Dracula's Daughter. I have no idea where you can. You probably have to buy it. Goodness, it's a shame. Maybe I could stream it. Perhaps we should have a watch party or stream the movie over YouTube. And then obviously it's got rights. That's why I haven't got it on there, so that put me in trouble. Good. Okay. Who do we have left? Who has still here? We've got a few people on. Shelley's still on. Still talking about the power of the shovel now. We have the power of the shovel. We've elevated ourselves evolved from the rake to the shovel. Purchase now. Make a horror story about car salesman. Yeah. I worked in sales, studied sales for many years. It's all the tactics that they use. The best thing you can do is turn around and say, okay, thank you, but I'm going to think it because I'm very introverted. And if you make me make a decision, it will overwhelm me and I won't be able to make a decision at all. But if you go away and you don't buy now, you're going to miss this deal. The deal will be on the table tomorrow. I promise you. The deal will be on whatever it is. If someone comes with you for a deal, hey, I have this amazing product. And unless you buy right now, we might sell out, or the price is going to go up. Okay, I'll come back tomorrow. And the deal will still be on the table. I promise you. Yes, if someone says to me, fortunately, I worked in sales for many years and understand the psychology of sales. So it's actually quite fun when I go somewhere and someone tries to sell me something. It's actually quite interesting. I like to see how they work their sales technique. It's quite an interesting thing to study. So maybe that's another way to look at it. Yeah, I have a rake for sale, and if you buy this rake today, you get a second rake for free. Or actually, no, if you buy this rake today, you'll get the shovel for free. And it's a really good shovel, which is not available for sale anywhere else. But if you go away, the shovel may not be here tomorrow because it may be sold out. So I really know that you must buy it. And walk away and say, I'm sorry, but the problem is that I'm very introverted. And at the minute, the amygdala part of my brain is overwhelming me. So I'm going to have to go away because if you push me any further, I just simply will not be able to make a decision. So you go away, and then if you need it, think about it for 24 hours. And if you still need it, then go back and buy it. There you go. Throw in the rake with the car. Yeah. If the car, free rake with the car, you're done. Sold. 2025 Toyota. Oh, 2025, a new one. Nice. Pushy car salesman. A new car. I actually had a new car a couple of years ago. Still have it. So. But it was actually a Skoda. It wasn't a Toyota. Really, it's actually been the best car I've ever had. So never had an issue with it. It's so beautiful. It's not fancy or anything. It just does what I want it to do. Yeah, it's a really, really good car. I didn't get a shovel with it though, or a rake. I didn't get any of those. Now a chainsaw. We've upgraded to chainsaws. My goodness. Definitely, if you throw a chainsaw in, then that's what you're supposed to go here in the UK. Yes, so good. Such a great car. Such a great car. I used to have an Audi Quattro A5, and it just broke down all the time. And every time it broke down, something needed replacing. And for Audi, it was just so expensive. So I went to Skoda, and I've been with Skoda ever since. I've never had a problem ever. Really good. Yeah, nice. So we should go back. No chainsaw. Yeah. Good. On this note, with all the rakes, the shovels, the chainsaws, the cars, it's time for me to head off on my rake, my magic rake, and go and watch Dracula's Daughter somehow. I'm going to have to dig it out the DVDs. And I'm going to sit down and watch Dracula's Daughter. I have a couple of stories to create next week, like I said. The part 4, what we call Portals, which is the continuation of the Winter series, is not going to be available yet. I've got to do it soon. Because I have to do another Winter's Tales. And it's coming up for the time to do another Winter's Tales. So I've got to create it, to get him out somehow, whether he comes out to this world or somewhere else. We've got to get him out. We've got to free him. Right. On that note, my friends, thank you so much for joining me once again and sharing your ideas with me and sharing your week with me. It's been a pleasure. And if you can find it, try and watch Dracula's Daughter, or The Son of Dracula. Right, a mower. We're on a mower now. We've gone from a rake to a shovel to a chainsaw. Now we're on a mower. yeah, I hope you all have an amazing week. Don't forget that Nosferatu is out on the 21st. If it's here on 21st. See, different locations. Thank you once again, my friends. I truly appreciate you showing up and listening to me for an hour talk about absolutely nothing. I appreciate it. And take care, my friends. I'm going to see you next week and head off and go and watch that movie right now, somehow. Thank you so much.